All right. Well, welcome to the call, everyone. My name is Dr. Kirk Fisnick, and I'm up here in beautiful Fargo, North Dakota, broadcasting live. Today is we're going to talk a little bit about multivitamins. You know, I was reading up on a couple of things, and Harvard had the title, "Are Multivitamins Your Insurance Policy?" I thought that was interesting. It's an interesting subject, right? And I'm sure that along the way, you've talked to people, your friends, maybe your family, and you tell them about the nutritional products that you're taking, the Sizzle products. And people say to you, why can't I just eat right? Well, the answer to that is, yeah, why can't you? That's what I say. Why don't you? And then let's test your blood and let's find out what you're missing. Because as Harvard says, a healthy diet should provide nearly all the nutrients you need, but most people don't have the healthiest of diets. That's why a multivitamin can help fill in the gaps and have added health benefits. That's from the Harvard School of Public Health. So let's go to this link now and take a look. So again, Harvard School of Public Health, nutrition insurance policy, a daily multivitamin. So a daily multivitamin is a great insurance policy. Some extra vitamin D may add to an extra health boost. Hey, by the way, folks, you know, I had my blood tested and I found that my vitamin D levels were low. So like Harvard said, an extra vitamin D might be needed. But a healthy diet should provide all the nutrients you need. Many people don't eat the healthiest diets. That's why we take a multivitamin. Folic acid, it's been in the news. I've heard about it for, almost 40 years. That it helps prevent birth defects in newborns, and lowers the risk of heart disease, colon cancer, breast cancer. Vitamin D from a multivitamin may not be enough. A single supplement can lower the risk of colon cancer. I was just reading up on vitamin D earlier this afternoon, and they said we really shouldn't even classify it as a vitamin. It's more of a hormone. So sometimes people say it's important not to go overboard. Well, that's true. And so some of these mega vitamins that are out there, they may be too much. So you have to have a proper mix. And of course, Harvard is going to say, stay with the RDA, but you've heard me say it. You'll hear me say it again and again. The RDA was developed around helping prevent people from getting scurvy and rickets. And they've done a great job of that. We hardly hear of anybody getting scurvy anymore. We hardly hear of anybody getting rickets. But vitamin C is for more than just scurvy. Vitamin D is for more than just rickets. So here's what Harvard says. They say, eat a healthy diet. Very true. Rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, healthy oils. I don't know if I agree with low in red meat, but, lean red meat, stay away from them, healthy fats, but, get your nutrients. Choose a good multivitamin. It's an inexpensive nutrition insurance policy. Try to take one every day. This is from Harvard. Think about D. In addition to bone health benefits, there's growing evidence that giving some extra vitamin D may help lower the risk of colon and breast cancer. They're saying here 1,000, 2,000 international units. Earlier today in most of the new research, they're saying anywhere between 1,500 to 2,500 international units. And based on some genetics, you might even have to take more than that. They're saying say no to megas, but You know, I tend to say it's all based on what you need. It's all based on what you need. So they go on to say 40% of adults in the US take a multivitamin to ensure good health. I'm going to show you some slides here that actually says that it's more than that. That's gone up considerably. So the precise requirements for various vitamins has been controversial since their discovery in the late 1800s and early 1900s. So folks, for over 100 years, people have been talking about vitamins. How much do we need to prevent scurvy? Beriberi, which is vitamin B1, pellagra, vitamin B3, rickets, which is too little of vitamin D, right? But why take a multivitamin? You know, here they're saying for those who eat a healthy diet, a multivitamin may be of little or no benefit. I don't know. In earlier studies that Harvard said, they said that it's prudent for every American to take a multivitamin, because do you want to take that risk that you're missing some key nutrients? So they talk a lot about your B vitamins. They talk a lot about the RDA. Anyhow, let's go back to the slides here. So here's a study that was published on PubMed, addressing nutritional gaps with multivitamin and mineral supplements. And this is from the Nutrition Journal, July 2014. They say a balanced and varied diet is the best source of essential vitamins and minerals. Of course it is. If you can get your vitamins and your nutrients from your food, that's the best source. However, nutrient deficiencies occur, including in populations with bountiful food supplies and the means to procure nutrient-rich foods. Folks, this is what they're telling us. They're saying that, of course, the best source is your food. But even with lots of food like we have here in the United States, and like many of you down in Australia and over in Europe, Japan, all across the globe, there's plenty of food. But the typical diet bears little resemblance to what is recommended for fruit, vegetables, whole grains, which serve as the important source of the array of vitamins and minerals. With time, deficiencies in one or more micronutrients may lead to serious health issues. This is Nutrition Journal, July 2014. So in studies that I've read, they find that most people, over 90% of people, are missing at least one key mineral or nutrient in their diet. And in the studies, they inform the participant that they're missing this key nutrient. And when they come back, they find that now, not only are they missing that nutrient, but now they might be missing another one. So it's not just enough to tell people, hey, you're missing this nutrient. That's why vitamins are important. And in the field of anti-aging medicine, and what we're doing and what I'm doing with age reversal type medicine, regenerative medicine, the researchers like Aubrey de Grey and Tom Maurer Sr. and Tom Maurer Jr. and all of these top researchers in that field are finding that certain vitamins, certain minerals can extend your life. Certain nutrients can extend your life. It's not about just staying alive. It's not just about surviving. It's how do you thrive? So let's go to this article here. You can see, comes from PubMed, addressing nutritional gaps with multivitamin and mineral supplements. A balanced and varied diet is the best source. We've talked about that, right? And they call it MVM, multivitamin and mineral supplement to maintain and improve health. That's what common reason that people take these multivitamins, because they want to improve their health. Research is examining the effectiveness. They're finding that it helps with anemia, neural tube defects, osteoporosis, possible benefits in regard to cancer prevention, particularly in men, prevention or delay of cataracts, cognitive performance. Most multivitamin and mineral supplements are generally well tolerated and do not appear to increase the risk of mortality, cerebral vascular accident, which is strokes, or heart attacks, heart failure. So the benefits likely outweigh any risk to the general population, right? So this goes on to talk about the conditions, the top leading cause of death in adults in the United States. Plants, protein foods, and low-fat dairy products are all important sources of micronutrients. I don't always agree with the dairy products or with the low-fat, but you know, we all have our opinions on that. The U.S. Food and Nutrition Board of Institute of Medicine, the IOM, has defined the dietary reference intakes, the DRI rather than the RDA, for 29 vitamins and minerals. This is based on the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. So if you look here, and you can go on that slide and you can pull that website off if you want to look at this. But you look at the different vitamins that they have listed, the different minerals that they have tested: calcium, chromium, copper, fluoride, iodine, iron, magnesium, manganese, molybdenum, phosphorus, selenium, zinc, potassium, sodium, chloride. Right? We need all those things. So dietary supplement use is common amongst consumers, and they're saying about half. So this was from 2014, and I'm going to show you that it's actually more than that, but they're saying about half of people in 2014 were taking these multivitamins. They say that some people are at risk of micronutrient deficiencies due to excessive losses, abnormal metabolism, inadequate synthesis. So, folks, if you read this, they're saying that we all need to be taking a multivitamin. Prevention of chronic disease, cancer studies, right? I mean, these are some pretty good studies. Look at that graph. Heart disease, age-related eye disease, macular degeneration. So cognition, which is really important. In today's world, we talk a lot about cognition. I was just talking to Katie Larkin the other day about vitamin B12 and how they're finding that vitamin B12 is so related to dementia and Alzheimer's. Here's an Australian supplement for those of you in Australia, containing approximately 50 vitamins, minerals, and herbs. It improved memory in men aged 50 to 74. So you can see there that there's a lot of reasons, good reasons. You can see there's the link. If you want to copy that down, just hit pause on the recording and you can go to that link. So these are the 10 most popular supplements taken by adults in the United States. Multivitamin is way above the rest. Vitamin D is the next. Vitamin C, protein shakes, protein drinks, calcium, vitamin B, omega-3s. Well, you can see there, 16%, only 16% of adults take a multivitamin or take an omega-3. Boy, with all the talks that I've been doing about omega-3, I hope that none of you are in that category. I hope that you're in the category of more percentage, a higher percentage. Hopefully you do that. Green tea with EGCG, magnesium. Tom Senior's talked a lot about magnesium. Probiotics, gut health. We should get that up. 13%. If you look at this, look at that market, folks. Look at that market. For those of you that are doing this as a business, look at your market. 87% of people do not take a probiotic. At the end of this program, I would play a little video on probiotics, the importance of probiotics and how to find a good one. Well, look at that. I think those are interesting numbers to look at. And here's the reason that people take supplements. If you're over the age of 55, you're taking it primarily for overall wellness, to fill the nutrient gap because you know that you're not doing everything right. Bone health, they're worried about osteoporosis. They're worried about cardiovascular disease. They're starting to worry about aging. And they may be having some joint problems. When you get younger, kind of that middle-age group, overall wellness is on top, energy, nutrient gaps, immune health, hair, skin, nails, digestive health. And then when you get down to the younger people, the young adults, overall wellness is on top again, energy, hair, skin, nails, immune, fill the nutrient gaps, weight management. So you can see that across the generations, overall health and wellness is the top reason that people take vitamins. That's the reason given by 50% of female supplement users and 40% of male supplement users. They want to have overall health and wellness by taking a multivitamin. So you can see here, 83% of people over the age of 18 to 34 take a multivitamin. 75% of the group in the middle-age group, they take a multivitamin. 70% in the over 55 category. So doesn't it make sense that they should be taking a powerful vitamin? They should be taking one that has the right nutrients in the right amount to fill that gap. Isn't that the insurance policy that you want to have? Do you want to have an insurance policy that has gaps within the policy? I don't think so. So the RDA just isn't enough. Again, the RDA was invented in 1954. They took a healthy 150-pound Irishman in Boston in 1954, and they said, what's the minimum amount of vitamins that this 150-pound Irishman in Boston in 1954 needs to take in order to prevent scurvy and rickets? That's what it was all based on. That's what the RDA was based on. So when you see percentages, daily values, it's not really a daily value based on today's world. We live in a world where we eat more processed foods, that you go back to your parents and your grandparents and you ask them what they ate. They didn't call it organic food back then. They just called it food. That's what it was. And so you look at what's in our Encompass 360. It's a vegetable based capsule. And we've got vitamin A, we've got vitamin C, D, E, K, your B vitamins, calcium, magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, molybdenum, sodium. You can see that some of them range from 240%, 830%, 150, 610%. When Tom Jr. put this together, this was actually a formulation by Tom Jr. He worked on it. I believe he worked on it for 3 years to come out with the right formulation. And he based all of his dosages on real science. He didn't just take the RDA and say, oh, let's throw 100% in there. He didn't just take a magic wand. He didn't just take vitamin C and sprinkle it on top and say, oh, we got some vitamin C in there. No, he actually put some thought in. Then you look at the proprietary blend, rhodiola. What that is that is an adaptogenic herb, right? And what adaptogenic herbs do is they help to balance out your body due to stress. It's got bacopa. Bacopa is a nutrient. It's an extract that helps to make better brain connections. Don't you think that every one of us, everyone you know, needs a better brain connection? It's got green coffee extract to help kind of boost that energy level. It's got milk thistle extract. Milk thistle helps boost the function of the liver. L-glutamine, that's necessary for neurotransmitters. It's necessary for proper function of the digestive system. We've got acetyl L-carnitine that helps with nutrients that are important for energy production, for hydrogen production, for making it so that your body has good, healthy nerves. We've got MSM, methylsulfonomethane. What's that good for? Well, that helps with the skin. It helps with the hair. But what it's really known for is helping to reduce inflammation, methylsulfonomethane, right? The key thing there is the sulfonyl group. It's a sulfur group. And what that is, it's something that we get from trees. When they process wood pulp to make paper, they get this MSM. MSM used to be found in every plant that we grew. It pulled the organic sulfur out of the ground into the plant. But because we're using fertilizers that are high in nitrogen and they're not really high in sulfur, what happens is that the plants are deficient on this. So when the animals eat the plants, they don't uptake enough organic sulfur. And so what happens is we get to that certain point in the healing process where your body's looking for that extra sulfur and it's not there. So your body stops the healing process right there. That's why a lot of people have chronic pain. And if you look at all the testimonials on MSM, unbelievable, right? Grapeseed extract, turmeric. We're finding so many things, so many important things with turmeric. We're helping with the brain, helping to prevent any kind of dementia. We've seen studies on how it helps with arthritis. Green tea extract, EGCG. Makwai. Fulvic acid. You've heard me talk about fulvic acid. I mean, I think I beat that one to death, right? Talking about fulvic acid, how fulvic acid helps your body by pulling nutrients in. It's considered one of the miracle molecules because it'll pull nutrients into the cell. And once it's inside the cell, it will grab the toxins and pull them out. It passes through the gut barrier. It helps to rebuild the gut lining. Fulvic acid is very, very important. Not only do I take it with this formulation, but I take it with several other formulations, and I take a plain fulvic acid supplement along with all of that. So, folks, this is very, very important. This is very important for your health. And when you're talking to other people, again, look at the market. Over 50% of adults take a multivitamin. Most of them are taking an over-the-counter, and I'm not going to list any brands, but we all know who they are. And most of these multivitamins that are on the over-the-counter, they're not made right. They're just not made right. They're made with nutrients that your body can't absorb. One gentleman that I know that owns a nutrition formulation laboratory, he makes one of the most popular vitamins on the market. Multivitamins, over-the-counter vitamin, sold in every grocery store probably across the world. And he said that only 3% of people can absorb the nutrients that are in that vitamin because of the way that they make it. Interesting. We want to have something that your body can use. Why have a vitamin that you're wasting money on? And A nutritionally depleted body leads to inflammation, degeneration, metabolic disease. Vitamins and ionic trace minerals are essential for the cellular enzymatic function, biochemical processes, protein, enzyme synthesis, ATP production, metabolic vitality, organ function and health, immune system, regulation of cell and tissue growth. Encompass 360 blends all that together to give you a superior performing vitamin. So, folks, thanks for joining me on that. You know, I'm excited about using these vitamins. I hope you are too. I'm excited about being part of this company and being able to share all of this information with people and helping people live better lives. So, thanks for joining us. I'm gonna go grab another video that I want to play real quickly, and it's on the importance of these probiotics. So hang on one second while I bring that up. And hang with me there. I made a mistake right away.
Hello and welcome. My name's Katie. So today I wanted to share some information with you that I thought would be really helpful. So the idea of this video is just to give you some quick snippets of information, bite-sized pieces of information that you can think about, you could do your own research on, or you may even decide to action. But I wanted to talk today a little bit about probiotics. I always understood the importance of probiotics, but it wasn't until recently that it really hit home in a big way, and I want to share that with you. Because why probiotics are so important. So we have what's called microbiome in our gut, and our gut starts from, well, after you pass through the stomach and you've ingested food and it's digested, now it goes into the small intestine, and then it travels all through there and then into the large intestine before it exits out. So we're actually talking about a very large organ in the body. The intestinal tract is massive, and you know, it is affected by everything we eat and absorb. So what I discovered, that I knew that it was important for our immune system. Yes, we have to have good balance of bacteria. I knew all of that. But I didn't realize how important it was in terms of being able to digest food. I thought digesting food was more to do with digestive enzymes as opposed to bacteria. I didn't even realize that played much of a role. Turns out it actually does play a massive role in digestion, and that if you don't have sufficient bacteria in your gut, in your intestinal tract, you can develop allergies, hay fever, food intolerances, and all sorts of things that cause massive havoc with your body. The good bacteria in your intestinal tract actually assists the body to absorb vitamins and minerals, and if you don't have sufficient amount, you will have impeded absorption. So aside from that, also it affects your mood. So I think the stats is 70% or 80% of serotonin comes from the gut. So serotonin's a neurotransmitter, and that helps to regulate mood and sends messages to our brain, meaning neurotransmitter. So it is really important that we have a good supply, or good balance too, rather, of bacteria, the good bacteria versus the bad bacteria. When this starts to get out of balance, we start to have all sorts of problems. So I also heard recently on a talk that once you've done antibiotics, once you've had a course of antibiotics at any time in your life, your gut bacteria will never be exactly the same as what it was before, ever. I also heard that you cannot replenish the good bacteria without supplementing or doing something above and beyond to try and help restore that balance. So it's really interesting because I found that, a really good pharmacy will advise you to take a probiotic if you do take an antibiotic. Sometimes a doctor who's really good might suggest it. Other doctors don't think it's that important. So it's not really, it's well known, but it's not common practice, I guess. So I found that recently when I started taking, because I was taking one on and off, but recently when I started taking this new specific probiotic, that my digestion really improved. My tummy was less bloated. I felt more comfortable, and I just all round felt better. I had a rash on my hand that I couldn't get rid of, and it would just come up. I wasn't actually sure what was causing it. I did think that it was related to some foods that I was eating, but now that's really settled down and gone completely. So I'm convinced that it made a big difference, the product that I took. So I just also wanted to share that if you are taking a probiotic, that most of the probiotics on the market have about 30 billion colonies of active bacteria. And they sometimes have a prebiotic in there as well, which helps the probiotics multiply and helps them to establish. So most products may have none, or some products have 2. The product that I came across actually had 3 prebiotics, and instead of 30 billion colonies of probiotic, it had 525 billion colonies of probiotic. It also has a bit of vitamin D in there, which is essential for gut health, immune system. And, it's quite common that people are deficient in vitamin D, particularly if they're office workers, work indoor. And it's also got a little bit of fiber. And so fiber is really important too for digestive health. So for maintaining that good bacteria, we need a healthy amount of fiber in our diet to keep things moving. So I really fell in love with this product, and I just thought it was amazing, and it was really well priced. So, they can be quite expensive, and this product was in a really good price range for everything that it offered. So anyway, I just wanted to share that information with you today. So if you're not taking a probiotic, consider doing it, and even do your own research. Jump online and look at the benefits of probiotics, because it really could make a big difference in your life. So anyway, if you'd like any more information, feel free to message me, make a comment below, and thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to giving you another health tip in the very near future. Okay, bye.
Well, thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Start taking the Compass 360. Start taking the Balance D. It's an excellent product to use. And,
if you give me just a few seconds, I want to share with you how these stupid little YouTube videos that you're watching right now have generated me about 110